Hey there, welcome to Makers TV. I'm Michaela Danvers and this is episode 37 of Makers TV. And today I want to talk to you about the only selling platform you should bother with. The only one. So, as I said, I'm Michaela. I'm from themakerscollective.com.au and each week I deliver short, sharp, actionable lessons for you to strengthen your brand and grow your business. Now, this episode could get a little bit ranty because lately, not even lately, for a long time, a lot of experts or gurus or online marketers, people teaching business skills as I do, have been specializing or niching or going expert on particular topics. And a lot of people are really gung-ho about certain selling platforms over certain other ones. So let's just say, for the sake of the argument of today, that we're talking about 3 different selling platforms. One being Etsy. A lot of people know of Etsy. One being your website created with Shopify, and one being your own website created with WordPress and WooCommerce, or any other sort of shop cart plugin. So recently I've seen a lot of people basically just saying one is better than the other. You should definitely go with Etsy. You should definitely go with Shopify. You should definitely only have your own website. And what really grinds my gears about this is that is wrong. The only selling platform that you should ever bother with is the one that works for you, right? And you can do all 3. You could do one or the other. You could do 2. You could do just one. It's whatever works for you. And all these rules and regulations that people are saying, you should go on Etsy because that's the marketplace and people will find you there, or you should definitely not go on Etsy because the SEO is bad and you can go off your site and find other people's, or you should definitely go with WordPress and WooCommerce because that has the best functionality and is future-proof, which is my argument a little bit. But maybe you don't need all that functionality, right? So for your own business and for your own shop and also your own level of technical skill, you need to choose the selling platform that's going to work for you. So what I really want to get across is just take with a grain of salt all this advice that is out there on the old interwebs that is saying that you must do something this way or that way or a different way to what you're doing now, because you need to go with the best solution for your business, for your situation, and for where you're up to in your business. Maybe you start with something simple now and then you switch to something more complicated later, and that's totally fine. You don't have to have all the bells and whistles to begin with, and then maybe you might even go the other way. Maybe you start with all the bells and whistles and then realize you don't need it all, and you can switch to something more simple, and that's completely fine. So, it's just a little bit ranty. Well, not too bad. I didn't swear, so, it's not too bad. But yes, that's what I want to get across. Please just keep in mind that the best-selling platform for you to bother with is the one that works for you. It can be difficult, discerning which one that might be, because there is a lot of information out there. Generally, getting recommendations off people would be really good. But they're all as good as each other, right? It just really depends on your needs. So what I would do is, if you're unsure about which selling platform to go with, find people who have similar businesses to you, maybe not same products, because they might be a little bit like, why should I tell you? But hopefully not. Everyone should be giving and generous. But anyway, find people that are selling in a similar way to you. So maybe if they're doing markets a lot of the time and are just selling 1 or 2 things online, maybe they're using Etsy and maybe that's working really well. Talk to them about it. Ask them, how is this working for you? What are the pros and cons? What do you feel is missing, or what do you feel you don't really need, or what do you feel you need more of? Talk to, if people are selling, hundreds of products and that's kind of what you want to do, just ask them. Say, how is that, what selling platform are you using and how is it working for you, and do you think that might be a good fit for me? Just ask people, get recommendations, and then figure it out from there. Also, just make a decision. Just make a decision and go with it. If it's not right, you can switch later. It's not a big deal. It's not like a life sentence. You don't have to lock in for millions of years into whatever thing it is that you want to do. Yeah. So that is what I'm trying to get across. Hopefully that's just helped you a little bit in terms of realizing that all the experts are generally trying to sell you something. So if they are specifically saying you should only go with this host or you should only go with this, Shopify, whatever, they might be making commission off that. So just be aware. Or maybe they want to sell you their program that teaches you how to use Etsy. Just be aware. So, I guess that tiny little end note that I'd like to put at the end there is if you are getting advice off people, just try and find out what their end game is first. So you're going into it well aware if they're trying to sell you something. And if you are getting advice off any sort of business coach or mentor, that person should really be finding out what your personal needs are first before recommending anything, generally, especially selling platforms. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. If you found that helpful at all, or just you found it funny because I was ranty and stuff, not even that ranty, really, no, I didn't even swear, it's fine. Then yes, please feel free to share on any of your networks. I would absolutely love it. I feel so lucky to have you here, and I'm just so happy that I can help in some small way to help you grow your business to be some amazing thing. I can't wait to see all these women and men with superstar indie businesses. So thank you so much again, and I will be back next week with some more good stuff. Less ranty, promise. Thanks, bye.